Arkansas Governor's Quiz Bowl. Let's return to the competition.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Quiz Bowl 2019. I'm your host, Vicki Newton. We hope you were with us to enjoy this morning's outstanding matches. And whether you are continuing with us or you're just joining in, we have an exciting afternoon in store. Remember, the live stream is available at aetn.org. Great high school teams from all around the state will compete in the 1A, 2A, and 7A divisions this afternoon, battling for their chance to become state champions. Joining me now is Bill Davis, who is our Quiz Bowl commentator and knows this game and the strategies employed. We had some good teams this morning. What do you expect this afternoon?
We had some wonderful teams this morning, and there was a couple of outstanding things that stuck out in my mind. I think this is the first time I've ever seen two rookie teams, DeQueen and Mountain View, upset powerhouses. I mean, Centerpoint and Morrilton, well established in this, and we'll expect them to come back and reestablish their dominance. But I was real impressed with those two teams. They performed very, very well. We applied the word to the Mountain View team as being an up-and-coming team, and because their better players were young. They're going to be with them, and not just for 1 year, maybe 2 or 3 years. So we're going to see some changes in who comes each year.
Sophomore and freshman students, outstanding performance this morning. So this afternoon, you expect more of the same?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, the first match that we see, it's not a rookie team that's coming back, ICC, Izard County Consolidated, but they haven't been here for 17 years. So none of the students that are on that stage are out there are veterans. This will be interesting.
We're looking forward to seeing them.
Powerhouse.
Looking forward to seeing them.
Yes.
Stay with us, Bill. I know we are all looking forward to an exciting afternoon of play. Before we jump into the action, though, we want to introduce you to our judges for the afternoon matches. We have Barry Burns and Melinda Pitts, and the head judge is Amanda McMahon. The all-tournament team and MVP judges are Carolyn Schrei and Sandra Elliott. Our game keeper is Nita Wimberly. The timekeeper is Lauren Taylor, and the registration is handled by Nita Wimberly. One more recognition before we begin, the 1A Conference third and fourth place winners. The third place winner is Haas Hall Academy Rogers, and the fourth place winner is Sacred Heart. Congratulations to both of those teams. And now we're ready to introduce you to the teams for our 1A Conference Championship match between Norfork High School and Izard County Consolidated High School. So let's get started with Norfolk High School. We have Elliot Rugsager, who's a freshman, Cody Foster, who is a senior, captain is Bentley Branscombe, who's a senior, Andrew Rugsager, who's a junior, and Jaden Bennett, who is a senior. Their alternate teammates are Madison Hall, a freshman, Tracker Estes, a freshman, Dakota Biggerstaff, who's also a freshman, Amber Weber is a freshman, as is Ashton Beavers, Emily Sechrist, and Jesse Weber is a junior rounding out the team. Their coach is Stacy Havner, and the assistant coach is Pam Braun. Let's hear it for Norfolk High School. Now let's meet Izard County's team. Zach Knorr, who is a senior, Tori Cole, a sophomore. The captain is Chase Orff, who is a sophomore. Michael Euchre is a senior, and Maura Thomason is also a senior. Their alternate team members are Bethany Simmons, a senior, Matthew Workman, a senior, Max Soltow, who is a junior, Abby Van Cleef is a sophomore, and their coach is Charles Treat, and the assistant coach is Danielle Treat. Let's hear it now for Izard County Consolidated. Good luck to both teams, and now it's time to play. So let's go over to our quiz master for the day, Steve Patterson.
Well, welcome back. We're in our afternoon matches now after 4 exciting morning matches. And if you're watching at home, thank you for joining us or maybe staying with us because you're going to see the best of our Arkansas students today. as they compete in the 2019 Quiz Bowl Championships. AETN and Quiz Bowl are synonymous with each other and have been for over 30 years. And here we find ourselves with a new group of folks, Norfork and Izard County, competing and excited. And at the end of this match, one of them will be the 1A state championship in Quiz Bowl. So we're very excited for these two teams. All right, teams, if you're ready to play, we've got a set of questions here for you, guaranteed to make you look smart, so let's go. Here's the first toss-up question. Known for his unorthodox methods, name the American avant-garde composer of 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Bentley.
John Cage.
You're right. An interesting piece where the performers stay silent the entire time. What rule in chemistry states that every orbital in a subshell is singly occupied? Bentley.
Pauli exclusion principle.
That's not what I have, Bentley. Singly occupied with one electron before any one orbital is doubly occupied, and all electrons in singly occupied orbitals have the same spin. Mara.
Octet rule?
No, it's Hund's rule, H-U-N-D. All right, this American soldier, lawyer, and author was president of the military tribunal that condemned Confederate Captain Henry Wirz for war crimes at Andersonville. And he was a member of the court that tried those charged with assassinating Abraham Lincoln. Name this man the author of Ben-Hur, A Tale of the Christ. Zach.
Sherman.
No. Norfolk. It is General Lew Wallace. Lew Wallace. Well, let's do a math computation question. Check out your math skills with this question. We have 20 seconds on the clock for you. And it says, find the distance between the points 4, 8, and 12, 14. Bentley.
10 units.
Bentley, you're absolutely right. Nice and speedy on that math. All right. Extending more than 1,200 miles from Morocco in the southwest to the capital of Tunisia in the northeast. Zach.
Atlas Mountains.
Zach, I didn't have to read that long question. Thank you. That's absolutely right. All right, here's another one for you. Known for her elegance and style, she undertook a massive renovation of the White House and formed the Fine Arts Committee for the White House, famously giving a televised tour to Charles Collingwood of CBS during her husband's administration. Name this First Lady of the 35th President of the United States. Zach.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
No. Jaden.
Jacqueline Kennedy.
Jacqueline Kennedy is correct. All right, the next question is, pardon me, an important figure in the second generation of the Protestant Reformation, this French theologian's Institutes of the Christian Religion deeply influenced Protestantism and modern Christianity. He developed the doctrine called predestination. Andrew.
Calvin.
John Calvin. You a good Presbyterian, Andrew? All right, very good. All right, that's all there are, good Presbyterians. There are no bad ones. All right, succeeding his mentor, Nikita Khrushchev, as first secretary of the Communist Party in 1964, what former USSR president reign lasted? Zach?
Brezhnev.
Brezhnev is right. All right, question number 9. What is the name given to the trapping of the sun's warmth in a planet's lower? Elliot.
Greenhouse effect.
You're right, Elliot. Good job. Number 10. First an editor and later director of the publishing firm Faber & Faber, and in 1922 founded Criterion, the most distinguished and influential critical journal of that period. He was the winner of both the 1948 Order of Merit and the Nobel Prize for Literature. Name this author of The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Maura.
Frost.
No. Cody?
T.S. Eliot.
T.S. Eliot is what we needed. Very good. His activism landed him in prison for nearly 30 years, and upon his release, Elliot.
Nelson Mandela.
That's a good anticipation and a good answer. Very good. What term, calculated by taking half the difference between the minimum and maximum values of the range, Michael?
Median.
No. Gives the height of the graph of a trigonometric function. Elliot?
Amplitude.
Amplitude. Good. All right, number 13. Name the American scientist and inventor whose method of reaching extreme altitudes established him as the father of modern rocketry. Bentley.
Jules Verne.
No. And whose launching of the first liquid-fueled rocket laid the foundation for the American space program. Maura.
Archer.
No, it was Robert Goddard. Goddard. All right. Next question for both schools. The only person to receive the Nobel Prize in both the fiction and drama categories, identify the American playwright and author of The Matchmaker and The Skin of Our Teeth. Cody.
Steinbeck.
No. Chase.
Faulkner.
No, he also wrote The Bridge of San Luis Rey, which is one of my favorite books growing up. It's Thornton Wilder. Thornton Wilder. All right, what prince of Troy was so beautiful that Zeus, disguised as an eagle, carried him off to Olympus to serve as the cupbearer to the gods? Bentley.
Paris.
No. Izard County. Chase.
Bellerophon.
It's Ganymede. Ganymede. All right. Question number 16 is next. Famous for his development of the technique known as pointillism, identify the French neo-impressionist, Maura.
Seurat.
Seurat was exactly what we needed. Good job. We'll celebrate with math computation. All right? So we've got 20 seconds on the clock, and here we go. What is the result when the 2x2 matrix 2, 1, and second row 5, 2? Bentley.
-1.
You're right. All right, question number 18. Marking a major turning point in the war, identify the American Revolutionary War battle in which British General John Burgoyne was... Zach.
Battle of Saratoga.
You're right, Zach. All right, question 19. When asked in an interview with Edward Morrow who owned the patent for his world-changing vaccination, he replied, well, the people. There is no patent. Could you patent the sun? Elliot.
Alexander.
No. Who was this American medical researcher and virologist who developed the first polio vaccine? Chase.
Salk.
Right. And question 20, the last question of round 1. French writer Edmond Roslin created what play whose unforgettable title character, despite his many talents, fears that no woman will ever love him because of his enormous nose? That is Cyrano de Bergerac. And that was the last question of round 1. Do we have any challenges, judges? None here? None here, so we're good. And what about substitutions? All right, we are going to have some substitutions, so we'll take a short break and allow these teams to substitute.
Artists everywhere. All you have to do is look.
State of the art, they curated this exhibition of work that would probably have never been seen. I've never heard of any museum doing that.
Our idea was to go out on the road, to meet with 1,000 contemporary artists, and to go into all of the communities that make the United States what it is. And what we found was amazing.
I don't think everybody's story is being told accurately in the whole history of art. So taking a survey of American art, I think it's actually pretty brilliant.
Tomorrow afternoon at 1.
Welcome back to Quiz Bowl 2019 and the state championships. This one, the 1A state championship between Norfolk and Izard County. And after one round, Norfolk is ahead 90-50 over Izard County, but we still have 3/4 of the game to go. So we've got a lot of points still out there. And this round, round 2, we changed it up a little because if a team gets a bonus question, a toss-up question right, then they get a chance at a 4-point bonus, and they can really move ahead with some points in this round as well. So we are going to need Chase for Izard County if their team gets a bonus, and Bentley will need you for Norfolk when the bonus time comes. All right, here's the toss-up to try to get that first bonus. Also called Flagellum Dei, or Scourge of God, he suffered his first and only defeat by the combined Roman and Visigoth armies at the Battle of the Catalaunian Plains. What is this infamous military leader? Who is this infamous military leader who killed his brother Bleda for sole rule over the Hunnic Empire? Elliot.
Attila.
Attila is absolutely right. Good job. And you have earned your team a bonus question called Posthumous Literature. And so y'all will confer to Bentley and Madison. Good to have you in the game to help with these bonuses. All right. Posthumous literature says, when given a work of a famous author that was published posthumously, name the author. The Diary of a Young Girl.
Anne Frank.
Yes. The Last Tycoon.
Fitzgerald.
Yes. Northanger Abbey.
Wordsworth.
No. And Juneteenth.
Wordsworth.
That one was Ralph Ellison, and the other Northanger Abbey is Jane Austen. Jane Austen. But you got 2 of the 4, so you ended up with 20 points on that question. So good job. All right. Hands back on our buzzers, and for both teams, here's another toss-up. According to Greek mythology, who was the muse of astronomy? All right, Bentley.
Stella.
No. Maura.
Calliope.
It is Urania. Urania. I get all those muses mixed up, so I don't know how we figure out which one's which. Let's do a math computation and see if your math skills can get you another bonus. All right. The sum of 3 consecutive odd integers is 291. What is the smallest of the integers? Bentley.
95.
95 gets you a bonus. Good job, Bentley. All right. And your bonus is in national parks. National parks. Tell the state in which the following U.S. national parks are located. Shenandoah.
West Virginia.
No. Great Basin.
Arizona.
No. Congaree. Answer.
Hawaii.
No. And the Great Sand Dunes.
Nevada, maybe Michigan.
Michigan.
No. We've got to get y'all out more to explore our country. But you were very close on several of these. Shenandoah is just Virginia, not West Virginia. And the Great Basin is Nevada. And then Congaree is in South Carolina. And the Great Sand Dunes are in Colorado. So you're hitting all around all of them. All right, but you got 10 points out of the whole deal. Here's another toss-up for both schools for a chance at the bonus. Regarded as the greatest German Renaissance artist, name the painter and printmaker of such... Jaden.
Dürer.
Dürer will get you the 3rd bonus. Good job, Jaden. And let's see what that bonus is for y'all. It is going to be musical notation. All right. A pound sign next to a note denotes what?
Sharp.
Yes. A G clef is also known as what other type of clef?
A treble clef.
Yes. If a whole beat is 4 beats, how many beats in a quarter note with a dot next to it?
1 1/2.
Yes. A series of notes with dots above them means these notes are to be played in what manner, which means short and attached?
Staccato.
Right. All four correct, which I knew you would get, having watched you play over the years. All right, so all four right, so 30 points on that. Now, there is another bonus left, and so both schools, let's get our hands on our buzzers and see if you can get it with this. Following the 1897 dramatization of his best-selling novel, The Little Minister, he began writing mostly for theater. Who is a Scottish writer best known for his play about a boy who refused to grow up? Bentley.
Barry.
Barry, good. Sir James Matthew Barry. All right. Norfolk has earned the fourth bonus, which is called Rivers. When given a brief description, identify the river that's being described. The longest river in Europe.
Volga.
Yes. The longest river in China.
Yangtze.
Yes. Forms the boundary between Manhattan and New Jersey.
Hudson.
Yes. And finally, the longest river in France.
Seine.
No, that one is the Loire River. But you got the other three for a total of 25 points. And more importantly, maybe, you've taken us out of round two. And because we've answered all the bonus questions. All right, so at the end of two, Norfolk is leading 175 to Izard County's 50, but the lightning round is next, and I want to read these descriptions to you of the lightning rounds, and Chase, y'all will get to pick first from these three categories. All right, you might choose number one, treaties. Given the name of a conflict, identify the treaty or other document that ended that conflict. If you don't like that one, you might want religious founders. Given the name of a religion, identify the founder of that religion. And the third choice, constellations. Given the Latin name for a constellation, give its English equivalent. Teams, you have 1 minute to make your decision.
They could do that.
So, lightning round, and I think these are difficult topics. Treaties, religious founders, constellations, given the Latin name, what's the English name? What would you choose if you were coaching?
The constellations are pretty, that's a list, and lots of coaches will have them study those. The treaties, that's another one. They'll have them study the treaties. There's always an outlier out there. But let's go back to this game. Right now, if you're at home sitting there watching, you think, well, Norfolk's got it wrapped up. That's not the case at all. This 60-second round, if they could run it, and Izard County Consolidated will get the first choice. If they pick one of these and they run this, and say Norfolk doesn't, you can gain 50 to 60 points in a real quick hurry.
And running it is getting all 10 of the
getting
answers.
All 10. If you get all 10 in the 60 seconds, then you're going to get a 20-point bonus. Plus, you've got the opportunity that if there are any passed or missed,
exactly,
they can be thrown back and they will pick up. There's not as many points in this round, and many times we think, you know, it's not going to be much done because there's only basically 100 points on either side. If you get the bonus, you got 120. But the fact of the matter is, this is the quarter that a lot of times flips a match, or it puts you in a situation where, okay, we can relax in that fourth quarter, we're going to win it.
What happens if a team sees that it's not doing so well?
Oh, they can just stall, and then they don't throw anything over to the other team.
Okay.
This is going to be an interesting 60-second round.
So 60-second round, 10 questions. You can pick up some bonus points, but you can also answer the questions that your opponent misses.
That's correct.
And capitalize even more.
That is correct. That's right.
Earlier today, we saw two teams, each one get all 10. Let's see if it happens again.
Yeah.
Back over now to Steve Patterson, our quizmaster.
Welcome back to 2019 Quiz Bowl, and we're in the middle now of our 1A state championship for this year, and it's a great game between two great schools, and this is the third round, and in Quiz Bowl that means that it is what we call the lightning round. And we asked up to 10 questions in a 1-minute period of time. And if a team gets all 10 correct, then they get a 20-point bonus. And so we're excited about that. I hope that that happens for at least one of these two, maybe both of these two teams. All right, so Chase, your team got to pick first, and during the break, they chose the category of treaties, and then Norfork, between the other two categories, chose religious founders. So we'll let Norfork sit there and see if there are any bounce backs, and Chase will give you the first category, which is treaties. It says, given the name of a conflict, identify the treaty or other document that ended that conflict. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. 30 Years' War.
Westphalia.
Defer to Zach.
Westphalia.
Yes. Mexican-American War.
Guadalupe Hidalgo.
Defer to Zach.
Guadalupe Hidalgo.
Yes. Russo-Japanese War.
New Hampshire. Concord. Concord. Just go back.
Concord.
No. War of 1812.
Ghent.
Ghent.
Yes. War of Spanish Succession.
Madrid.
Madrid.
No. War of Austrian Succession.
Paris.
Paris.
No. World War I.
Versailles.
Versailles.
Yes. Russia's involvement in World War I.
Brest-Litovsk.
Defer to Zach.
Brest-Litovsk.
Yes. Franco-Prussian War.
Paris.
Paris.
No. The American Revolution.
Paris.
Paris.
Yes. All right. Well, we got Paris in there and got it right. Good job. So I have the judges that they got 1, 2, and then 4, and then 7, 8, and 10. All right. Bentley, they did well on their category, but they've got some for y'all to try to steal from them here as we bounce back to you. Do you need me to read the category again? Okay, here we go. The Russo-Japanese War.
Defer to Elliot.
Nanking.
No. The War of Spanish Succession.
Ghent.
Answer?
Pass.
Okay. All right. Then the next one was the War of Austrian Succession.
Ghent. So maybe just Ghent or Paris. Paris.
Paris.
No. That's a popular answer. Number 9 is the Franco-Prussian War.
Versailles.
That one is Frankfurt. And then the Russo-Japanese War is Portsmouth. The War of Spanish Succession is Utrecht. And the War of Austrian Succession is Aix-la-Chapelle. And, of course, everyone at home was saying those and saying, why aren't they getting those right? All right. Now, Chase, y'all be ready over here for any bounce backs they may give. And we're going to give religious founders to Norfork. And it says, given the name of a religion, identify the founder of that religion. You ready? Scottish Presbyterianism.
Fox. Fox.
Fox.
No. Buddhism.
Siddhartha Gautama.
Defer to Andrew.
Siddhartha Gautama.
Yes. Christian Science.
Eddie. Eddie.
Yes. Unification Church.
I don't know. Pass.
Pass.
Church of Scientology.
Hubbard.
Yes. Zoroastrianism.
Zoroaster.
Defer to Jane.
Zoroaster.
Yes. Methodism.
Wesley.
Wesley.
Yes. Jehovah's Witness.
Russell.
Russell.
Yes. Taoism.
Lousy.
Lousy.
Yes. Jainism.
Jane Agamis.
Defer to Jane.
Jane Agamis.
No. All right. I have judges that they got questions 2, 3, 4. No, wait. 1. They got 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay? Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. So I'm going to pass over to you, Chase, these religious founders, and we'll start with Scottish Presbyterianism.
Calvin.
No. That's what I would have thought too, though, right? Unification Church.
Luther.
No. And then down to number 10, judges. Jainism.
What did they say? Yes, didn't he say defer to Jane?
Jane.
No, that is Mahaviriya. And the Scottish Presbyterian is John Knox. John Knox. And then Unification Church, Reverend Sun Young Moon. And I think that's all of them. So that brings us to the end of round 3 and our score 245 to 110. Do we have any challenges over here? No challenges. No challenges. What about substitutions? All right, we do have substitutions from both teams, so we're going to take a quick break and allow them to substitute. Welcome back to AETN Studios here in Conway and our very exciting 1A state championship match. Now, there is a little bit of discrepancy in score, but we still have 200 points up for grabs here in this fourth quarter. And Norfork's brought in some new folks to help them with that, with Emily and Tracker and Jesse. Y'all are all in the game. Good to see you. And then Michael's back, although he's in a different spot. And Tori is here with us. So, Tori, good to see you. And then everyone else that's been with us. All right. In for the last round here of 20 toss-up questions, 10 points each, so 200 points here. Well, I wish both these teams well. Two great teams, two great schools. We're going to start our fourth round with math computation. All right, so we're putting 20 seconds on the clock, and we have our pencil and paper. What is the height of a triangle in which its base is 12 inches and area is 36 square inches? Chase, very fast.
6 inches.
6 inches, Chase. Very nice. Didn't even have to start the clock. Very good. All right, question 32. Openly buying votes, encouraging judicial corruption, and extorting millions. Bentley.
Lobbying.
No. From city contracts, what corrupt politician led New York City's Tammany Hall and ruled New York City politics from 1860 to the 1870s? Zach.
Turner.
No, it was Boss Tweed. Boss Tweed. All right, the next question. He graduated with a degree in architectural engineering from MIT in 1939 and, unable to return home to China due to the outbreak of World War II, he began his career working in the United States. Who is this quite famous Chinese-American architect? Chase.
I.M. Pei.
Yes, absolutely right. In Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes series, at what location does Mara?
Apartment 112B.
No. In what location does the final altercation between Sherlock and his greatest foe, Professor Moriarty, result in both the heroes' and villains' presumed deaths in the short story, The Final Problem? Jaden.
The Tower of London?
No, it was the Reichenbach Falls, and they both fell in the falls and supposedly died, but they did not. Question 35 is math computation. Factor the polynomial 42 plus x minus x squared. Chase.
X plus 7 times quantity x minus 6.
No. Bentley.
-1 times the quantity of x minus 7, closed quantity, times the quantity of x plus 6.
What was your first part of that, Bentley?
-1. times the quantity of x minus 7.
I didn't need the -1 part. It's simply 7 minus x times 6 plus x. All right? All right. Question 36. Merging with the Namib Desert in Nambia in the southwest, identify the desert in southern Africa. Bentley.
Kalahari.
You're right. In organic chemistry, what is the name for any of the series of unsaturated hydrocarbons containing a double bond and including the ethylene and propylene? Bentley.
Alkaline.
No. Maura.
Carboxyl.
I have alkenes. All right. Question 38. Winner of the 1968 Pulitzer Prize for Fiction, name the American author whose final novel about a growing friendship between a young Southern writer and a Roman Catholic woman from Poland who survived the Nazi death camp at Auschwitz is entitled Sophie's Choice. That is William Styron. Identify the late 16th century Scottish theologian and mathematician who is credited with the invention of the logarithm and a commonly used system using tongue depressors to teach multiplication tables. Chase.
Descartes.
No. Norfork. Bentley.
Newton.
No, it's John Napier. All right, we have a timeout called from Izard County, so we're going to take a short break and allow them to do that.
We choose to go to the moon and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. We ask God's blessing on the most dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked.
We have liftoff. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Chasing the Moon on American Experience, a 3-night special event coming in July, only on PBS.
Welcome back to our broadcast here at A10 Studios of the 1A State Championships. And if you've just joined us, maybe things look about the same. But if you've been watching, things look a little different on stage because we've added some new folks. Amber's come in, Ashton's come in, Cody's back, and Dakota's in. And over here, I believe we have Bethany in the middle seat. And then Matthew, you've been in, but and more. But good to have all of you in the game right now. And good luck here as we finish up our 1A State Championship game. We have 11 questions left, and I wish both teams well. Here we go.
1 second, Steve. There's a question regarding the math.
All right, we're going to meet for just a few moments about a math issue. And while we do that, we'll take a short break.
It's a season of the amazing and astonishing. In a cruel world, hope endures. Wherever you think you can never win. Rebuilding our nation.
Reconstruction left a legacy of hope as well as violence.
From spectacular spring.
They're hunting up high.
To revolutionary creations.
These are the inventions that have defined our age.
All this and more this season only on PBS.
Well, we are back to ATN again, and we worked out our issue with a math problem. And so now we're ready to continue this 1A State Championship match. And teams, you're doing great. Let's keep that up. And here we go with question number 40 out of the 50 questions in the game. He transformed the agency from a weak arm of the federal government into a highly effective investigative force by taking aim at politicians, celebrities, and political activists from 1924 until his death in 1972. Manning the post for 48 years, named this former director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Maura.
Smith.
No. Bentley.
Johnson.
No, it was J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover. All right, the next question. Name the American author and hero of the countercultural revolution in the 60s who used his experience as a hospital aide and as a test subject for mind-altering drugs to create the characters of Chief Bromda, Randall McMurphy, and Nurse Ratched in his classic novel, Cody.
Salinger.
No. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Maura.
Hemingway.
No, it was Ken Kesey. Ken Kesey. All right, next question. One of the most influential singer-songwriters of early rock music, this lead singer of the Crickets died in a plane crash along with Ritchie Valens and J.P. Richardson while on a Winter Dance Party of 1959 tour. Who is this Grammy Award-winning singer of Peggy Sue, That'll Be the Day, and Midnight Shift? Maura.
Jackson.
No. Norfork? Well, all of your parents out there know the answer to this. It's The Day the Music Died. Buddy Holly. Buddy Holly. All right. Launched in 1977 to explore the outer planets of our solar system, in August of 2012, Bentley.
Voyager 1.
You're right. All right, question number 44. In physics, what law states that the current through a conductor between 2 points is directly proportional to the voltage across the 2 points, represented by V equals IR? Bentley.
Ohm's law.
Yes. Signed into law in May of 1862, what legislation opened up settlement in the western United States, allowing any American, including freed slaves, to put up a claim? Bentley.
The Homestead Act.
Right. Question number 46. One of the foremost thinkers of the Enlightenment, what German philosopher's transcendental idealism was best espoused by his categorical imperative in his works, Critique of Practical Reason? Bentley.
Descartes.
No. And Critique of Pure Reason? Zach.
Martin Luther.
It is Immanuel Kant. Kant. All right, number 47. Best known for his first published novel, in which Gene Forrester looks back on his life growing up in a preparatory school in New Hampshire and his friendship with a student there named Phineas. Name the American author of A Separate Peace. Bethany.
Michael Bond.
No. Norfolk? It is John Knowles. John Knowles. All right, we're going to do math computation for the next one. All right, pencil and paper in hand. Here we go. What is the volume of a cylindrical cone with a height of 8 feet and a base circumference of 3 pi feet? Three seconds. Maura.
28 pi feet cubed.
No. Norfork, an answer? Cody.
24 pi feet cubed.
I have 6 pi cubic feet. All right, next question. Nicknamed the Commerce Comet, he played his entire Major League Baseball career with the New York Yankees as a center fielder and as first baseman. One of only 12 players to ever win the Triple Crown. Named this powerful switch hitter who was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1974. Bentley.
Yogi Berra.
No. Izard County? It is Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle. All right, question number 50. Identify the German chemist who won the 1918 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for his work on nitrogen fixation, in which he synthesized ammonia in an industrial process that bears his name. That is Franz Haber, the Haber process. All right, that was the last question of the game. Do we have any challenges? Challenges? All right, we're good. So the score is official, and so we congratulate our first runner-ups for 1A, Izard County Consolidated, and our state 1A championship, Norfork. Congratulations.
What are your thoughts after that match?
It's impressive to see Norfork dominate this classification, and they've done it for several years now. They've got an excellent program going on there. Take nothing away from ICC. They had a good wealth of knowledge. Norfork is just well-oiled machine.
And they have a number
doing
of
well.
seniors on their team. Brentley Branscombe.
They do have a number of seniors, but we also noticed that they also are loading up again, because look at all of the freshmen that's on that team. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to load those. They're going to load up again, and here they come again. Norfork's got an excellent program going on. They just keep it rolling.
And Izard County took a 19-year break, but they're back and no doubt will return.
Yes. And they've got some freshmen on their team, too.
They do, so they're building the program. Time now for the awards, presentation of the trophy and the prize money. Once again, Carolyn Schrei and Amanda McMahon.
Hey, congratulations, Izard County, for being the 1A runner-up. And here is $1,500 for you. And here's your trophy. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Here you go. Okay. And congratulations on being the 1A state championship Norfork. And here is $3,000. And congratulations. And here's your trophy.
And as has seemed to happen several times today, our captain almost needs another set of hands in order to get his MVP trophy for Bentley Branscombe for being MVP as well. Get a little money, get a trophy, and we'll hang that somewhere. Congratulations, Bentley. Now, we also want to recognize the other players on the 1A All-Tournament team, who are Aiden Bennett from Ouachita, Jared Porter from Mount Vernon, Inola, Caleb Campbell from Haas Hall Rogers, Jackson Kesey from Haas Hall Rogers, Noah McSpadden from Mount Vernon, Inola, and a fellow sitting over here, Chase Orff from Izard County. And congratulations to all our 1A All-Tournament team players.
Thank you, Carolyn. We couldn't be here at AETN for this day of academic excellence without talking to some of the staff members about the exciting things happening right here at AETN. And we are joined now by Karen Walker, who is AETN's education manager. And thank you so much for joining us. You have so many exciting programs for teachers, especially early childhood. Tell us more about those programs.
Well, we have a lot going on here with our Arkansas Ideas Portal. We're able to provide quality professional development to all the teachers here in Arkansas. So that's been exciting. We've seen that number rise. Some of our popular courses have been human trafficking. That's because that's a big issue in not in just our state, but in our country. So we have been able to provide PD to help our teachers better help our students.
Absolutely. The teachers can help the students, many of whom are at risk. How do teachers get involved in the program?
Well, with Arkansas Ideas, they can go to AETN ideas.org, and they can see the ideas link on there, and on the drop-down list, set up an account, and it's just super easy for them to have access to just lots of course hours. And it's ADE approved, so this is a great way for teachers to get good professional development kind of on their terms. Some of the other things that we're doing in education, we have a great pilot program going on with Daniel
tell us
Tiger.
about it.
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. We have 22 child care centers that are participating in our pilot. 777 children.
Oh, that's
and so they're
fantastic.
learning social emotional to points and lessons that's helping them perform better in their own classrooms. And something else I've got to tell you, Vicki, I know you're always excited about what we're doing. We were able to premiere state-of-the-art last night, a national program, and we're already getting wonderful reviews. So ATN's doing a lot in the community.
Congratulations. I noticed a promo for the program tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Is that right? If you haven't
think so, yeah.
had a chance to see it, you can watch tomorrow here on AETN at 1 o'clock, State of the Art. And it's a national program.
Right.
How did that happen? That's
It's
fantastic.
amazing. I
Congratulations.
know we've got to slide into our roll-in, but we'll come back maybe later and talk about it. But right now, we are getting ready to show you a great roll-in that one of our own coaches here, Miss Melinda Pitts, I don't know, we may can get a shot of her. Melinda is amazing, and it's going to show you her journey with her children with Quizball.
Exactly.
So let's take a look.
We wanted to highlight students who have diagnoses that many consider a limitation. In our first video on this topic, let's meet a family from Springdale.
It's physical property.
I played Quiz Bowl in high school, and it was a wonderful place for me to belong, perhaps one of the only places that I felt like I actually belonged.
For a fixed sample of gas at a constant temperature, the volume of the gas varies. That would be Allison, ideal gas. Not what I have.
Our older son, Tommy, did Quiz Bowl for his 2 years here. He was here at Springdale High as a junior and a senior. So we started it the year that he came over, and he played for 2 years. And then our younger son, Michael, came over from Bentonville, and he played for 3 years when he was here. And it really was a place for them to belong.
My mom is our coach, and so I kind of jumped in and started playing with the team, and because I was going to be around him anyway, so I figured I might as well do it.
My husband and both of our sons have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and also with Asperger's, which is now Autism 1. Our older son took a year off from high school because he hadn't decided what he wanted to do with his life and what to study. And so he took a gap year and he worked for the first half of the year. The second part of the year, we actually dropped him off and he hiked from Georgia to Pennsylvania on the Appalachian Trail by himself.
One night I got to a hostel and they were playing some trivia game or something. I was like, oh, hey, cool, can I join? They're like, yeah, sure. And I just started wrecking everything, and it was great. Because trivia, Quiz Bowl, this is my jam.
One of the, not necessarily issues, but one of the parts of the Asperger's is a hyper-focus on some things. So he was able to focus on walking 1,100 miles.
I think that while they have challenges that are different from other people, I think that we have tried very hard to have them see that those challenges are actually opportunities rather than somebody boxing them in.
Wow, you